Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm going to assemble a desk because I needed a desk for my computer. It's on one, but I needed one with shelves and something that was a little more sturdy. So, we're going to build this desk. I'll be quiet for most of it. Well, it cut part of that off. I had a little bit of trouble with the screw alignment going into the top of the desk, which I had it upside down at that time. But anyway, on a rating of pre-built to IKEA, up until I had the problem with the desk, this was closer to pre-built. It was very easy. Then I had a lot of trouble with the screw alignment. And then I had made it too tall and I couldn't get it back down in. So I had to actually ask my husband to come help. I wasn't filming in that part anyway, but where I talk about the height of the desk, yeah, that's all gone. Anyway, so the one of the legs that's adjustable wasn't actually going back in. So he felt around in there and figured out what he needed to do and got it back in there. I just realized this did not mirror, so I'm gonna have to flip it. That's all right. Whatever. So I had to adjust the height, but I'm very happy with the height now. It sits right at the top of my the whiteboard that's on my big desk that's over here that I film tutorials and that sort of thing on. So whenever I'm filming my hands. Anyway, that was wild, and it's like the height I wanted it to be. I wanted the shelves, and my other one didn't have shelves. It just didn't feel very sturdy. This feels a lot sturdier. So now my rating, although it was closer to pre-made, I have to move it closer to IKEA, and the instructions were not as thorough. They were all just pictures, numbers, and letters, which is pretty much like IKEA. But IKEA, you get a whole book, right? If you've ever built anything from IKEA, you know what I'm talking about. So it's closer to that. Some of it was challenging, and then having the problem with the leg was challenging. A couple things I wanted to say before I do my outro. Quick reminder, you have until March 31st. I would say March 30th on the Brianna K entries to Crafting Kitty. Armchair Chef, you have until March 31st for the Magical Make-Along, which is Michelle and Cheyenne Live Fantastical, and maybe going back to So Magical Michelle. Unclear on that. For that Make-Along. But in April, it will be back on the other channel. Deb Morgana is co-sponsoring, co-hosting, and is offering up a really nice prize for March make along. That's what I made, the fortune cookie and the, what was the other lucky thing? Oh, the little shamrock bookmarks. So there's that. Now coming up in April, Crafting Kitty's creator spotlight, left my head, is Very Pink Knits. Very as in Very. Very Pink Knits. There is some crochet in there, and there's some Tunisian in there. So there are options if you don't knit. And you can always convert one of her concepts from knit to crochet. That is a Crafting Kitty allowance. She lets you take liberties as needed, but it has to be inspired. It also does not have to be a finished object. It can be a work in progress. Let's say you get 2/3 of the way through or halfway through, you can take a picture and submit that. It just needs to be very obvious that you're making that pattern or something inspired by that pattern. So Very Pink Knits. I know a couple of you are starting to knit, so there you go. So there's a place you can enter. And then there's Armchair Chef's birthday. So it is tropical/vacation themed. So something you would take on vacation, something that you would use in the tropics, something tropical colors, beachy, sunny, whatever, anything like that. If you make something with yarn, so a yarn project, and you offer it as one of the prizes, you get 2 entries for that. And Armchair Chef will replace your yarn. So keep track of your yarn, what kind of yarn you used. And like the yarn I'm using for one of them, you can't get exactly the same yarn, so I have to write the cotton acrylic content for it. The other one I haven't quite decided. I haven't settled. I think I know what I'm going to do, but anyway. So that's very cool. And you can do 2 entries. So if you make it and donate it, which means you would mail it out, if you need help with postage, she'll even reimburse you postage. That's up to you. That part's up to you if you need that. I will, that will be part of my birthday gift to her, like whatever. But in order to win something that somebody donated as a make from, for that party, you have to have donated something, a make. So it's very exciting and fun and creative. And she has the most interesting ideas always. Armchair Chef does. So it's lots of fun. I probably will try to go live with her sometime in April. I don't know. She's pretty busy now with her birthday month stuff, but maybe after her birthday or maybe before to promote it. We'll see. But her work schedule changed and I just have to have a chat with her because we have a lot of fun when we go live together. So, but I also need to not overdo it on lives. For me, that can burn me out a little bit, unfortunately. That's a sad reality for me. So there's a make-alongs. Make-alongs I'm participating in is a make-along. You can do the knit along or you can do the crochet along. Obviously I'm doing the crochet along. Did I take a picture? It's for Marley Bird. And I don't know that you can sign up still. I have no idea. But I know with Hadija's triangle make along, which I'm also doing. Let me see if I took a picture. I'm so sorry. Yes, I did. Okay, that's where I'm at on my project for Marley Bird. Other than that, Solomon's Knot shawl. This will be the first shawl I've ever made. Like full shawl. That one's gorgeous, and I want to do something with that. But anyway, I might use her concept and do something different with that. But anyway, that's Marley Bird's is the shawl. I'm assuming it's a shawl, a triangle shawl. I think it even says, possibly. And then I mentioned Ladybird Loves Hadija is doing a triangle pick and mix. So they're on wheels, and each week is a different stitch, and you have to make an equilateral triangle, actually 2 of them. And we're on triangle 12. She made up for a week that we missed by doing 2 on week 10, and that was a different day, and so I was babysitting. Anyway, so I'm a little bit behind on that one, but I think now that I got this Marley Bird part 1, I know part 2 just dropped. It's fine. But those are the crochet alongs I'm doing. I need to make Gabby from Gabby's Dollhouse for my granddaughter. Maybe I'll get that done this weekend. We'll see. My granddaughter is not quite as the deadline can be a little more flexible, I guess. And then she'll have to pick a cat, because each time I give her one from that set, because all that's left is cats. Gabby's Dollhouse is so cute. It's so cute. The cats are so cute. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing a lot, and I have my son-in-law's blanket I need to work on, and I have the Stitcherhood blankets. I've got 2, I think. I have one for sure that I'm working on. I have one that I think I'm going to go ahead and shift and turn that into a Stitcherhood blanket. So there you go. So that's all my Friday stuff. I wanted to just show something totally different. I made the desk. I only needed a little help because something was wrong in the design of that one of the 4 legs. Just wouldn't quite go back down in. So I needed a little help with that, but otherwise, and of course it chopped off part of that. All right, I'm really chatty with that. Hugs from Mima, Potato Head. Virtual hugs for me. I did that out of order. Thank you for coming in. Oh, and by the way, launched memberships. If you want to join, I would really appreciate it. I have a 99-cent level. I'm still working on emojis, so there's nothing there yet on the emojis. I'm sorry. There will be soon. She will be one of them. Yeah, because that'll help my channel out and help me be able to keep doing the things I do. And donating. I have all that Goodwill yarn. Some of it is already being donated. I already have a home for the purple Caron Simply Soft. So, because that's not queen size bed quantity, so that can go somewhere else. I got to hold on to the blue and green and wait and see what happens, because I am the sponsor of the Stitcherhood for the next quarter. So April, May, and June. So end of June, we will do the blanket reveal. Everything still gets sent down to Camille because the shelter is in Texas. It is not in Colorado where I live. I'm just sponsoring the gift, and I'm kind of. We should be able to do a few more lives, Saturday night lives, hopefully. Kitty Lane is going to be joining us for one. Frizzy B is going to be joining us. Yeah, in April. And then Kitty Lane will be joining us in May. So yeah, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful charity. Wonderful cause. All that said, hope you enjoyed this. It was easy and then it wasn't. There you go. That's how it was. And you got to see a work in progress that I have not shown yet to anyone. So you're the first one seeing it. Anyway, please join if you have it. Like I said, I have a membership that's 99 cents. I labeled them kind of funny. But you can see what's there. Emojis will be there soon. But it helps me to be able to keep doing the things I do and keep giving the way I do. Not like the giveaways, that was insanity, but like to be able to gift yarn and gift things that people need. So thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Hugs. Hope to see you again.